Here's why Bulgarian split squats are done wrong by most people, and here's how they should be done and the benefits of Bulgarian split squats. When you think about Bulgarian split squats and why Bulgarian split squats came into existence, is because a normal split squat or a unilateral squat with one leg is almost nearly impossible to load up with weight to really develop one leg. So we have a elevated Bulgarian split squat or split squat that allows us to load up and get a lot more pressure on the leg. So for example, if I were to do a regular split squat or want to simulate a solely unilateral leg movement, I will go into a pistol squat. A pistol squat will work the leg, single leg, as much as you can possible without focusing on the other leg. So when we think about a Bulgarian split squat, this will allow us to do multiple things. If you see when most people do split squats, they lean forward to do a Bulgarian split squat to activate the glutes. The Bulgarian split squat is not designed or should not be used only for glute development. The split squat is designed for equal distribution between the quad and the glute/hamstring as you do this movement. If you look at most runners or most athletes when they run at top speed or running at full speed, their body is straight up. So think of a Bulgarian split squat not only for explosiveness, but also think of it for body posture and running posture, which is my second point. When doing a Bulgarian split squat, your focus should be solely on making sure that you're going all the way down straight and all the way up. It's okay to get a little bit of forward lean, but when you lean too forward, you lack explosion. What you see in a lot of athletic videos when someone does a Bulgarian split squat leaning forward and then tries to be explosive with it, they can't do it, mainly because it's not designed when they do a Bulgarian split squat leaning forward for them to be explosive. It only works the glutes. One of the best benefits for a Bulgarian split squat is to really help an athlete or a person in everyday life focus on unilateral movement, change of direction. With our leg elevated and having stability on a barbell, a split squat machine, or just a bench, it allows us to focus on our front knee, being able to distribute the weight and carry the weight without going left or right. So if you have muscle imbalances or leg imbalances, or you want to develop, or one leg is more developed than another leg, getting on a split squat will help with that balance and help with your single leg balance, depending on what you're doing, if it's running or sprinting or jumping in everyday life. So when we think about the three things that Bulgarian split squat and or split squat can do for you is one, help your gait and your posture by going up and down straight. The second thing is going to be body posture, running posture when you're running normal. The third thing is going to be unilateral movement and whatnot. So when people go like this on a Bulgarian split squat, it's an awkward position that doesn't allow you to explode up, because then you have to go two movements and go up. When you go into a split squat straight in it, right, depending on how you want your split squat to be, you can actually go down and explode up normal and come right down. Now, the idea of the split squat is not just to develop the glutes. The idea of the split squat is equal distribution between your quad, your hamstring, your glute. Now, when I go down, right, we're going down here, what's working? I'm feeling it in my quad, I'm feeling it in my glute right here, and when we go up and down, straight, we're getting equal distribution that allows for functional fitness. We're not doing split squats this way mainly because we're athletes, right? Now, athletic movements are functional movements which have a direct correlation to everyday life, health, and wellness and fitness. When you do these movements, the main thing is to scale out appropriately. Whether you're a senior citizen and you're working on just balance, you can do a split squat here and then work your range, all right? Now, when we do a split squat here, work our range appropriately. We do not have to go and load up weight like you see a lot of athletes do these split squats. When you do a split squat, it's about scaling out appropriately. For senior citizens or someone who's an amateur going to work out, don't be intimidated by the split squat. Don't be intimidated by loading up and getting more weight on a split squat. So even when I do my split squat here, I want to keep my body straight up and I want to go down, because what am I doing? I'm getting a lot of flexion through my quad, a lot of flexion through my glutes, and I can go straight up. This is ideally how you want to do a split squat. Now imagine if I'm loading up weight, right? I'm loading up weight on my back, I want to do a split squat and I lean forward. It's almost virtually impossible. So when we load up weight, we do a split squat straight up. Now we can focus on being more explosive, going straight up and down. I very well understand some people do not care about functional fitness, right? I understand that. But why functional fitness is so important is a direct correlation to everyday life and function. Some people say, you know what? I want to lean forward, my Bulgarian split squat, like this, because I want to develop the glutes. Sacrifice they have to make because they're messing up running posture. And if you look at most people who do Bulgarian split squats, where they are leaning forward, they're not athletes, they may have hip problems, and their gait is a little bit disoriented. So for us, when we do Bulgarian split squats, our main focus should be on making sure we're going up and down, making sure that we have equal distribution between our glute and our hamstring. Now, here's the thing. If you want to get more quad development, some people say, okay, you know what? Lean forward, right? Lean forward. Shift your knee forward, actually, right? But when we say you want glute development, they say bend over. The workout is not designed for muscle development in your quad and or glute or your hamstring. The workout is designed for equal distribution and functional fitness. So when we think about doing a Bulgarian split squat, it's imperative that we not just focus on time or retention or developing a muscle. We're taking a functional movement and making it a hypertrophy exercise instead of making it a functional fitness that will help us in everyday life and or sports explosion, development, and function. So the last thing I'm going to say, I know some of you guys are going to hate me for this, but a Bulgarian split squat is not designed solely for glute development. And some of you guys have been doing it wrong. When you think about Bulgarian split squats, the main focus should be on one, making sure equal distribution is vertical, going up and down, so we get quad, glute, and hamstring equal distribution throughout the workout. The second thing is it will help with body posture, making sure that when we're running or we're jumping or we're doing something explosive, that we have correct body posture, and not just when it comes to athleticism, but also everyday life. You see people who typically lean forward, they have a weird disoriented gait, or they have some hip problems because they're focused on leaning forward in the split squat. The workout is not designed for isolation of a quad or a glute or a hamstring. It's for equal distribution. If you have the inability or you have your balance is off, this will help you allow yourself to actually have a little bit more stability when it comes to unilateral or bilateral movement, depending on what you're doing. The isolation of a leg will help both legs together be stronger because it will help fix imbalances when you use the same weight. The third thing is I'm going to think about is when you're doing a Bulgarian split squat, you can shift your hips a little bit in a Bulgarian split squat, right? Or a split squat. You can shift your hip when you load up weight, but you can't typically do that when you're in the squat. So this will help with that. One of the reasons why we do a Bulgarian split squat is because it's really hard for us to develop strength unilaterally if we are just doing a pistol squat, because that workout is more focused on balance. When I go into a pistol squat, my focus is not necessarily on strength, it's on balance. So when we elevate our leg, we're able to get a little bit more balance, load on weight, and then squat down. So that's one of the reasons why we do a Bulgarian split squat as opposed to a pistol squat for unilateral strength in our lower body. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna put out more videos on how to do a Bulgarian split squat, but it's imperative that we do it the right way and do things the right way. So that when we do scale out, we're doing it safely, correctly, and also maximizing our potential when it comes to any lift.